Start the day with Cheerios.
Alrighty-dighty. Hello, everyone, and welcome and continuing through the 12 Days of Indie. Hope you guys have had a great time so far. I know I have been enjoying this a lot. My name is, for those who don't know me, DarkLunarDude. I am a administrator of the Drastic Measure, alongside a PNG tuber, in process of becoming a VTuber. So, yeah, there's always that little fun gimmick. Today we are playing. Today we are going to be playing Neptunia Virtual Stars. If someone can do that title change for me. And if you don't know what Neptunia Virtual Stars is, it is a game that came out a few years ago, actually, by IFI, DF International, one of our sponsors, combining VTubers and the CPUs of the Neptunia universe into one game. And I was interested in this when it first came out, so I've since played it a little bit and had some fun with it a couple of years for a little bit. So this is a pretty fun one to show off. So yeah, if we can get that game changed up, since I don't know if I have the access, I probably do, but... Alright, let us shift over to... Hi. Who am I? I am DarkLunarDude. I am a member of the... I did. I put it in the chat there for you, Draco. Right up top. But yeah, I am DarkLunarDude. I am a member of the old member of the Indie Army stream team way back when. I'm a member of the Drastic Measure, and I am a PNG tuber. So I'm also going to be your dedicated IFI streamer for the marathon, for what it's worth, because I'll be doing all the DF International games for this event, which is always fun. Hi, Lady Aju. Favorite game? In the Neptunia universe, it's probably going to be the original. I know it sounds really weird because the game is kind of off and kind of not really well designed, but I personally enjoy that game to pieces as a speedrunner, so I can't help it. Alright, yeah, so we're going to be playing some Hybrid Neptunia Virtual Stars. This is a game that came out a few years ago. It was an interesting combination. It didn't do as well as it could have, but it is a very fun title. So let's go and boot that up, and then I'll talk about the incentives once we get into the game. I think I have one more. There we go, it's all working up. told me ago how the sound is, guys. Unfortunately, I will be honest with you. I have sound adjustments kind of on the fly with these games. Every game is either louder or softer than the next one with this hi-fi, so it depends on your area. Alright, I'll fix it. Thought I adjusted it. Oh, this crash happened. Sorry about that. Yeah, I had a crash, which is why I was delayed. Crossing things doesn't happen again, but we'll see. With my capture card, whoever knows. Yeah, I figured I got it pretty close. I might have just in-game noise a little bit once I get there, but we'll see once I'm in. And welcome to Neptunia Virtual Star. So before we start, I'm going to go ahead and address the incentives. So the $5 incentive will be to switch between the CPUs and the VTubers. This is actually pretty tough, just because I find the VTubers are a little harder to control and their numbers are a little more wonky in terms of like damage. Where the CPUs kind of have a more consistent damage stream, and there's a much better mobility with them than the VTubers. So I will basically no, we're not watching this again. So basically, we will be able to more or less up the challenge based on how much people want to play the VTubers. At $10, I am going to be doing something I don't ever do, and that is sour candy. That is the toxic waste sour candies, or the sour soda roulette, for those who don't know what that is. I have 3 sodas on my table: a sour black cherry, a sour green apple, and while it is not sour, a very, very spicy ginger ale that I will be using. And basically, you'll be able to pick a number, and that number will decide the soda in question. For that $10 donation, you can pick either or, whichever your preference is. And at 15, no special equipment. So in the game, there's special equipment. I'll kind of show that off once we get there. We unlock it, and basically, I'm not allowed to use that equipment for 10 minutes during the fight, during the fights up to that point. So, that being said, let's go ahead and get this game started with a brand new game save file, because if I load my current save, you'll probably be a little further ahead than I would like you to be. So, let's start this. Again, we'll adjust sound in the game once we get there. If it's still too low or too loud, I can adjust in-game sound effects once I'm in. But I just want to be sure. But yeah, so I've been looking forward to this stream. This is going to be fun because V-Star is Virtual Stars is very interesting. It's probably one of the few games that gets kind of overshadowed by a lot of other games that came out during that time, and not liked by a lot of the community. So I'm very interested in this one. I like that these cutscenes kind of advance on their own, like earlier games in Generation, so that works out really nicely.
検索フィールドを展開。領域は別次元に設定。文明レベルが近似値を示す候補を優先。きっと見つかるはず。
Yeah, it's a little cutscene heavy to start, but it explains a lot about the storyline. This game's pretty story heavy.
感動を呼び起こす希望の光。コンテンツへの愛にあふれる戦士。救世主と呼ぶべきものが。
There we go. Now we can talk a little bit. So yeah, basically the world of a severed dimension is being taken over, and now you basically the savior realizes, oh, the CPUs basically are the saviors of the world once again, and you'll see when they get pulled in, kind of how this all works. This is based after V2, for those who are curious. V2 being the last official main game in the series at this point in time. And it's very interesting because this game sort of follows that tagline of the events have already happened, so this is sort of like this is one of the dimensions kind of just in play.
女神たちの熱き戦いが再び幕を開けようとしていた。
Nebu? Yes. Yes, by the way, I do play this in Japanese. If English is a request, I will play it to English. I didn't really put an incentive for that because I didn't think it was going to be as vital. But if it is a request, I can put it in English. I haven't heard this bigger game in English. I usually focus on Japanese. And I think this had an English translation anyway. I know there's one that didn't, but it was much later down the train line.
一体誰に説明してるのよ、ネプチューヌ。だいたい興奮しすぎよ。他にもお客さんがいるんだから迷惑に。あれ、全然。ノワールがそう言うと思って、今日は女神デーにしておいたから。
Oh yeah, the Goddess Day thing. This is a very rare specific event.
女神デー?
This is very interesting.
ビジネスデー、一般公開デー、そして女神デー。
Public industry, yeah. So think of it like what's a good example of it? Lord, there's a lot of examples of this, like game shows, if that makes any sense. This is like the game, like this game show of game industry.
夢が叶いましたわ。夢が叶ったって、まさかベールが手伝って女神デーを企画したわけ？どちらかといえば私が提案した方ですわね。女神が2人がかりでお願いしたらあっさり OK してくれたよ。
Yeah, this is a little bit
そ
story
れはお願い
heavy.
じゃなくて圧力っていうの。ちょっとウランからもなんとか言ってよ。そんなに気にすることないわ。
Yeah, I might need to bump the sound up in game. At least in my headphones, it's kind of low. My headphones are kept pretty high, so
い
we'll
い
see.
宣伝になると思ったから OK したんじゃない。
We'll see.
それはそうかもだけど。そうそう、ブランの言う通りだよ。これがいわゆる
Alright,
ウィンウィン
well,
ってやつだね。
I don't know how this
ま
thing
たそ
actually
んな今
looks.
思いついたようなことを。とにかく参りましょう。主催者の方が待っていますわ。なんでも新しい VR システムが出展されていて、ぜひまた。それそれ、楽しみすぎて夕べは眠れなくて朝まで漫画読んだりゲームしたりしちゃった。私もクランの仲間とレイドボスに挑んで。
Yeah, by the way, Vert is sort of the gamer of the group. She's like the MMO raider, which I actually appreciate, even though she's underappreciated for a lot of the series.
まあいいわ。私もちょっとだけ、本当にちょっとだけ。よかったね。今日はノアールといっぱい遊んであげるよ。別にネプテューヌと遊ぶのが楽しみだったわけじゃないわよ。
Oh man, this will be fun.
とにかく行くわよ。その新しい
Now we're actually getting some potential gameplay. I think this next cutscene's pretty short. Thank the maker.
いっぱい遊ぶとか言ってたくせに。
Of course, Nip's asleep.
いきなり寝てるじゃないのよ。どうやら徹夜したせいで横になったら眠気が来たようです。
Well, they are laying down in a virtual reality system. I'm not gonna lie, I would fall asleep too.
ランダムで出現するレアモンスターに張り付いて何日も徹夜することだってありましたから。それに私、
Oh
この
man.
VR システムを体験する VR によるライブ型 MMORPG ネットゲ
I really hope we get something like this in the future, though. It's a dive-in game with VR. Like, it sounds super interesting if this could be made real. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this game actually has some cool concepts to it.
ねえブラン、ここは私たちだけだもん。女神らしく VR、MMO 閉じ込められたプレイヤーたち RPG の世界で繰り広げられるデスゲーム。
And what brings up one of the most controversial plot points of a certain anime that I will not mention.
ラノベの世界そのままじゃねえか。
Or apparently a light novel, because I've got Blanc as a book nerd. Which I don't mind.
ブランまでおかしくなってる。どうか私想像は大地を
Alright, yep, this is where we're starting to catch up on the whole mysterious voice talking again, because...
ブレセテみたい。ネプテューヌ、起きな。私のターン。まだ何も
Well,
始まっ
Nep's
てない
up.
わよ。
Nep is up.
おかしいな。なんか女の人の歌が聞
Yeah,
こえたんだよ。
Nep would be the one to hear things. That is a definite about
みんな
Nep.
目でも見ただけじゃないの。そんなことよりもうすぐ始まるわよ。
Alright,
そうだった。新しい VR システム
here we go.
楽しみだね。始まり。おお、ワクワク。ちょっとネプテューヌ。
Yep.
あれ、これ本当に。
And slowly fade to black. Alright, so we're gonna get to see like the first real difference between the characters who are coming up. Like how I was talking about the CPU and the VTuber characters.
心のど真ん中。可愛いだけじゃつまらない。 君と一緒にミュートラルミーだよ。ミュートラルユウよ。
And now we're introduced to our new characters that for this game. Well, there's a fair amount of new characters for this game. But these are the ones you kind of get the start with, called Me and You. They are VTubers who start in this world. They're not super popular, so they get kind of dragged. So there's like a huge story thing with them being dragged through space, cyberspace, which is very interesting.
ちょっと待ちなさい、ミー。なにゆうちゃん、これからババーンと発表するとこだったのに。これいつもと立ち位置が逆じゃない。あれ
And yeah, they're also kinda this game is just so interesting.
そうだっけって何回配信したと思ってるのよ。いい加減立ち位置くいいじゃん、そんな細かいこと。っていうかゆうちゃんだって気づいてなかったじゃん。それはもちろんミーが気づくのを待ってたのよ。
Yeah, this is.
なんか言った？
Nope. You know.
何も。とにかく最初からやり直しましょう。今回の配信は
Yeah, so they're talking about me broadcasting, which is something that I've sort of always.
みんな新曲喜んでくれる
Aaron
か
has
な。
new song.
当たり前じゃない。私だよね。事前告知はせず、あえてサプライズで発表。さらに新曲 MV
Yeah, I gotta give credit. They do realistically act like VTubers, which is something I got it. Which is something I'm surprised. I wasn't sure how well this is gonna work.
もしかしてこいのぼり的な？ものすごく再生回数が稼げるって。それってやばいじゃん。私たち天下だからこそ立ち位置だってちゃんとしなきゃ。それともっとテンション上げて任せて。そういうのと。いつも心のと可愛いだけじゃつまらない。君と一緒にミュートラルミュートラルユウよ。みんな昨日ぶりのこんにちはでこんばんは。今日も配信の時間がやって、私たちに会いたかった？会いたかったよね。私たちもテンション高。打ち合わせと違うよ。テンションぶち上げてなんか実際に見たら思ってたよりうざいしうるさいし。
Yeah, you is kind of an interesting character.
ひどいよ、ゆうちゃん。だいたいゆうちゃんが中学生の時に書いてた夢小説の。おいこら、それ以上言うとマジでし。なんてね、冗談。ニュートラルは今日も仲良しだよ。そんなことより今日はそれはなんと新曲ができました。じゃじゃーん。
Oh man, yeah, I'm waiting to where I get some actual gameplay. This is the intro's kind of a
ミュージッ
little
クビデオをフ
lengthy.
ルバージョンで配信しちゃいます。それじゃあ早速聴いてもらっちゃおう。だね。それでは私たちの
Oh
新曲
yeah, this. You hear this song a lot, by the way, the Unlimited song.
どうぞ。
Yeah, and now they're gone. This is, yeah. So now we're actually in the part where we start learning about the goddess of this world and everything.
想像は大地を生み、大地に根ざした愛。
And now we're with our Nep characters
こ
again.
の声。
Welcome, late Nep.
やっと来たわね、ネプテューヌ。ノアール？
Hello.
ちょっとなんで疑問系なのよ。いやだっていつもと違う学校だし。
I do like that. I say so. The thing about this game that was kind of off, threw me off, was the costumage.
本当だ。
But I appreciate it because it's kind of like cosplay.
ゲームの中なのかしら。まだ頭がね
Like the
え。
game.
なんだか
Yeah, I'll explain a little bit more about this once we get sort of started in the gameplay. I don't want to hold too far into the gameplay,
これからチュートリ
obviously.
アルが始まるんだよ。何ここ。いや、こんなのどう見ても違うでし
Oh,
ょ。
well.
よーし。
Yeah, Nep would do that.
ねえねえ、あなたたち応援の人？
The eyes is great. They animate them so
何で
well.
すか、あなた方は。ここはほら見なさい。この人たちも。ゆうちゃん、この人たち変な格好してるよ。
You don't talk. Yeah, they don't.
それにしても一体どういう状況。どうやらここにいる全員が
Conspiracy.
何かに情報がないのに考えても仕方。聞くって誰に？ここはあなたたちの
Well, you asked for questions. There's your answer.
狭間にある仮想空間。そして私は
Say hello to Fiara or Faria. I think it was just Faria, but
フェアと申します。
Planet Emote. Yep.
この度は突然お呼び立てしてしまい誠に申し訳。これゲームじゃない。だから
Yeah.
さっきからそう。これって配信じゃない。いや、どう考えてもおかしいでしょう。
Since Deja Vu.
既視感が。
Yeah, if you know any other Neptunia games, Deja Vu is legitimate here. Like, seriously.
どうして私。それはお願いします。
I've already seen that. We can't. Yes. We are going to skip this. Because we've already seen this intro before, we're going to see it again. We will save just because I'm a little further in my other file. I don't want to show that so far off because I haven't mentioned it yet, but there is giveaways. I don't know if we're doing them this stream. For this game in a physical limited edition state. That will be, I think that will be that they'll be doing it at the end of the event if I know things right, because of it being a physical giveaway. So yeah, you have a chance to win this game if you really like what you see. You can actually play this game. It's quite a blast once you get into the actual gameplay element.
はい。申し上げた通り、私はこの星はですが今攻め入ったアンチとか私たちとしてもあまり今までも多少のアンチの騒動ならですが今回は。
Yeah, so Dragon to Another World. If you know Neptunia, that's more or less every single Nep game in a nutshell. But, well, I mean, it's kind of par for the course.
だんだんと追い込まれています。このまま惑星全土が敵の手に落ちるのも、そうなる前に私はエモのコアの力を使い、強い力と承諾もなくお呼びした無礼を承知で、どうか私たちの惑星を。なるほどなるほど。
Well, at least Nep breaks the fourth wall gently. I gotta give Nep that much.
私に救いを求めるなんて分かってるね。うわ、あの人自分のこと主人。そうだね。文句って。ちょっと待った。あんたも盗塁か。
Yeah, me's just as bad. Me and Nep are literally like the protagonist people in this game. If I remember, for the fun jokes.
まさかのダブル主人公？ならないわ。
No, I'm right.
その流れ。あんたも乗っかってるんじゃないわよ。私ゆうちゃんと2人でニュートラルっていう VTuber やってるんだ。ネプティアヌだよ。
Yeah, these two aren't gonna stand down.
なんか通じ合う。ここまでミーと波長が合う人初め。ネプティアヌ
Since there
が
are two
2
Neptunes.
人にな
Yep.
ったみたい。
Two Neptunes are a thing, apparently. But of course, she cut off Aria, which is very hilarious.
はいはい。世界を救ってほしいんで。世界を救う VTuber ってすごくない？ちょっと待った。何？
Me, you. I still want to know why they named them me and you outside of like the joke reference of me and you.
なんでしょうか。女神だかなんだか知らないけど、この人たちでも私たちは VTuber。
Yeah, so this is the part I really had to bring up because VTubers, they don't really seem like they're going to be super strong. It's hilarious to watch combat in this game once we get to it with them. And then I can show off what I mean by that. Going between the two will be kind of a fun time to watch.
お話ししなければなります。私たちの住む惑星には想像の力を宿すコアがあり、そう。今や惑星オワンダルの侵略。兄様、ユウ様のお二人には唯一無二のエンターテインメントとして。それって私たちが VTuber として成功するってこと？単純に喜んでもられないわよ。成功する以前に。は、本当だ。巻き込んでしまいすみません。そして、もう一つ実は侵略の影響で、そしてコンテンツの魂を集めようとする。それってはい、私のせいです。じゃあそのあれ？ゆうちゃん、目がマジだよ。冗談よ。見捨てるわ。もっとひどいことだ。なんだかやられ放題ね。花から他人の力に頼るのも気に入らない。すみません。ブラン、同じ女神でも私いえ、惑星の窮地に際して何もできず。
Oh, okay, I think we're on ad. Maybe I don't know. Try not to post too far if we're getting ad breaks or something. I try and be careful with that. 私のせいだって言いたいのかよ。違うよ。レアちゃん。兄様。いつだって悪いことした人が悪いんだよ。だからその角って人には私がガツンって言ってあげる。言ってわかるような相手とは思えないけど。ありがとうございます。ネプテューヌをやる気になってるみたいだし。どうせこのまま技。Okay, I think we're all back now. I think. Not sure. Again, let me know if the in-game sound once we get into the combat's a little too loud. Like once I get there, it's kind of there is kind of like. I just got lazy. Third wall, fourth wall, I don't know. Probably existing. なんで私たちそれは私たちが VTuber ねえ女神様。ぶっちゃけそんな感じはそれは。Beautiful night. 綺麗な光。これは惑星エモのコンテンツになる前のこの力を受け取れば。Yeah, this is why I bring this game. This, これは銃？これが私たち。待って。この銃。カメラも。本当。カメラ面白いけど。なぜそのような形状の武器なのかはですが。Yeah, this is one of those like. ネプテューヌ様、こっちもすごいね。変なのに楽器にも。私は弓ね。こっちも楽器か。Yeah, so the thing is, and this is something so the thing is, and this is why I bring up the $5 incentive a little bit, is because the CPUs all use guns, which is not something you see normally for a Neptune character. But the VTubers all have a variety of weapons, from a sword, a bow, and later on, as you unlock later characters, you actually get access to stuff like a scythe, which is very interesting in terms of gameplay elements. But it's definitely one of those things that throw you off a little bit if you're not used to that combat transition. それでは早速ですが、Transfer is over. Begin the transfer. Or should I say, beam me down, Scotty, as a reference over to Star Trek. Hoping. Yeah, Thankfully, once we get past the super lengthy part here in the beginning, it kind of picks up. It's just this lengthy part takes like a few minutes to get through. More like 30 minutes, but hey, nothing to complain. This game's also very pretty. Like, seriously, this game is probably one of the prettiest games I think I've seen for a while.
ここが最初の戦いの場所？あら、みーちゃんとゆうちゃんがいます。ちょっといきなりバラバラなんて、あの子たち人の心配している場合。
That's well,
そうだけど。
yeah.
いずれにしてもバラバラでいるよりは合流して。と言ってもこっちもここが。皆さん。
Hello, Miss Faria.
ケア聞こえるよ。すみません。あの子たち。はい。別の場所。そう遠くではありません。
Alright.
わかったわ。気をつけてください。いつ戦闘になって。
Yeah, I'm not trying to speedrun the text just because I don't want something might be interested in this. But obviously I want to get some gameplay to keep it fresh.
というわけで、それとノワール様。わかった。それではミーさん、任せて。まさかのっけからバラバラ。でもそんな。そうね。
I think we start out with Nep or the CP. Yeah, here's your tutorial. This is what's very important. Your right trigger, that's your observation mode. And mind you, this is only sheeply wavy noises. Hello, Lash. How are you doing? So basically there's two types of combat. There is goddess type battle actions and CPU type battle actions. Long it was long. I wish I could say that, but sadly I still am in my work week. I still have another 3 days as of tomorrow. So I got tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. There we go. So this is Nep. The Nep gameplay. Best of luck. Let's hydrocone here. Yeah. So basically, this is your basic movement, and you can't swap just yet, but when we can, you will see. You will see very quickly sort of the variety that we're dealing with. Oh yeah, by the way, they jump super high in this game. Like, this game is actually some super high jump height, which is not bad. This is pretty nice. Just don't have access to the... Oh, that's what it was. Whee! Yes, by the way, this is something I would do all the time when I'm in my personal playthroughs. Just you like zip around like a freaking madman, because the game allows you to. So I'm gonna use it. Like, I'm gonna use it. Like, it's definitely a fun element of this game for sure. Cutscene real quick.
ちょっと待ったネプティ。本当だ。思っていたよりか見た目で油断させる。もう打っちゃえ。ちょっと待ちなさいって。
お前ら。
すごーい。
おお、響きは。面倒なことは理由をつけて。
なんなのその。
Wow, they're spot on. Yeah, that's Nep for you.
おおむね。ちょっと。
そっちの黒髪。
Yeah, the market's called lonely. I love that. I gotta give credit to this.
お前、ゆうべは。そっちのブランは小説を書いているようだが。
なんで知ってる？じゃなくて、ぶっ殺すため。あらあらみんな。今
とまあこの
A
よう
little
に
bad.
つうわけ
Yeah,
で
the antis are kind of like weird characters.
許さないんだからギッタギタ私も久しぶり
Tutorial battle. So we can't swap yet, unfortunately. I wish we could, because I'd like to show off the other guns.
実は私のファ
And
ンだ
Nep ain't the best character for a lot of what I might play style.
相打ち
And yeah, she was on the character. Really wanted to. Show. That's fine though. I'm cool with it. It's for kids. I'm happy with that. So the light system in this one is a little different than the Flash. Dodge system is a little different, at least for the CPUs. Hello, Nick. Yes, it's full of mold snake. Internet terms are officially here, which is great.
ああなんだろう
急に浄化それに本当
This is the internet.
次は
Yeah, they are really, really the internet.
皆さんペアアンチって
So it's kind of
世界では
there.
特別な対象に怒りや不快さを私たちそれこそが倒せば単純いやーミー様ユスこのと
Use special guns and boost when okay. Class characteristics. So this is what I'm talking about. So Nep sort of has like an assault type weapon. Pretty decent, but it's pretty decent. It's just really low damage for decent fire rate. Noir is, I think, my favorite because she has like a crossbow, which is not what you expect, and it's just pretty fun to play with. Vert is a charge gun, like a shotgun. I don't mind it, it's not bad, it's just kind of a weird one. And then, of course, Vert has a sniper rifle in remnants of Uni from previous Net games. Actually, let's... Yeah, we can swap over real quick. I'm gonna show off the other guns while we're in the tutorial section. By the way, yeah, it's very easy to get lost in this game. I will bring that up right now, because there have been times I have played this and gotten lost. Pretty significantly. No, I don't. Okay. Oh, no, I do. Right up here. Okay. I thought I did not, but I figured there's like a layer set up here. You can throw one. Noir has this like really heavy style crossbow, which it seems like it wouldn't work in a game like this, but it actually does. That and like, let's roll. Do I need that yet? Red doors. Switch. Shooting them. Switch them around. Yeah, okay. Had to remember how to play this game a little bit. It's been a while. Yeah, Noir is probably my favorite character to play in this game, not because I'm just a Noir fan and my PS4 backwards anything in the show, but because I just absolutely think the weapon's probably the most fun to play with in terms of low damage. Oh, one more. Come over here. Get over here, this is a Switch version, so I have on the Switch. I think it's back here, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, there it is. Always check around this corners, though. I will say this because I didn't do this the first time I played, and I missed a lot of stuff. Pick a character of only range. This is kind of more Vert. Oh, yeah, I also probably should mention that. Enemies will disappear, but they don't lose their health as you've done to them. However, Noir's basic abilities are not very good because all she has is like a kick and it doesn't do that much. He's doing before that. Weapon, like almost. There's that. We got one needed. Let's go back to that shop real quick because I'm not certain I don't need anything just yet. There should be a shop on the right. Oh, safe areas. Okay. Safe areas are... I forgot what safe areas look like. Alright, let me fix that real quick. Give me a sec. Let me fix that. System... Okay, sound... I might need to lower the sound again. Let me go to the Elgato sound real quick and fix that correctly. Properties. Config. Try that, and I'll adjust it a little bit in here too. That might work. Give it a shot. See if it works. Yeah, like I said, the shooting sounds might get a little loud. That's why I wasn't sure. Because this is the one game I wasn't sure how the sounds were gonna work. Because I knew this was a shooter game more or less. Again, Bert with the sniper rifle. You get more damage with this, which is the one blessing. But yeah, see, like, the damage on this is actually really good. And the damage is actually pretty solid. It's just... I can try to adjust it again, but I'm pretty sure I'm running out of sound options. Oh, voice is just fine. Fix that. Hold on. System. Config. Sound. Drop it down to about 45. Same with the movie. Same with voice highlights. That should hopefully help Draco. I hope. I know it's not perfect, but at least it's more than I'm trying to keep things balanced as I go, but it's not really that easy. Where's the map button? No, I don't want that. I'm sure I'm not forgetting anything. I think that's where we came. Yeah, because this doesn't seem like it came from here. Or attached to gun sounds? Yeah, no. The gun sounds are separate. The gun sounds are considered separate with this game. Yeah, no, that's the one thing about this game I will say is it's generally a fairly loud game. It's just the way the game was designed. And another level phenomenon in this game coming right up. Alright, now we're switching to the VTubers. So this is where the game gets a little tough in my opinion. The VTubers are they're fun to play. Because because each weapon is sort of unique to the character. I thought that was kind of interesting. But each is sort of designed to have a different effect in combat. So, me example has like a short sword that is really good for multi hits, whereas you was very good with like single enemies and kind of being a distance fighter. This is also a thing, but I personally never actually run into this. Same movement options before. Different animation, different controls, obviously. They have an attack, a step move, a jump, and then a double jump. And the thing about this game, the thing about this is that each is your allied VTuber can actually take hits while in the field. So if I go into combat and Yu is behind me with her bow and she gets hit, she actually takes actual damage. Unlike the Gods characters where you have a single Gods character on the field at any time, more or less you don't have that option here. So it's kind of a fun one, and kind of how you kind of play your strategy. And remember, guys, we are here for Toys for Tots, helping kids who may not have the opportunity to get a better Christmas. Hey, you're fine, Rexy. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Glad to have you. Yeah, we are here for Toys for Tots to help kids have a better Christmas. Every year we've done this. This is year 10 for us. And every year I've been involved has been something of a treat for me because as someone who used to do a lot of charity streams, I've always sort of just enjoyed these type of events. So it's always fun to be able to play games for these events and help raise money for these organizations. And as was just posted, the incentives are up. So if you are interested in my incentives, they are there for you. Basically, for $5, I am required to change between the CPUs and VTubers once I have access to that. At $10, I will have to intake in one of two things: either a very potentially super sour candy called Toxic Waste, or the sour soda roulette, where you guys will get to pick a number one. Whoever donates will pick a number 1 through 3, and whatever number you pick will be a soda of that type. That being a sour cherry, a sour green apple, and a spicy ginger ale. Not exactly sour, but a fun little element twist into there. And at 15, I can't use special equipment. Well, I haven't shown that off yet. I will be showing it soon, so you guys will get to see what I mean by special equipment here relatively far in.
近ちょっと再生数が伸びた。
は
はあ VTuber なんてトークはつまらないし、
Oh,
ね
wow.
どうせ
おっさん、おいこら、
VTuber なんてみんなそれよりテレビの方が面白いに決まってる。
あんたおっさんという
Yeah, I hope you're feeling better, Rexy. I really do hope you feel better. I know you're not feeling the greatest.
そんなこ
さっきまでっていうか勝つってそ
わしのぎ
来るわよ。任せて、ギッタギタにしてやんよ。
This is where I find the combat kind of tough with this character set, because unless you know what you're doing, like that there, that's actually very tough to dodge as me, but as you can do a lot more.
追い詰めて
Now, you just swap over to you, and focus with you on her attacks, because she's going to be able to do a lot more damage against this character.
よし、とどめよ。
The adult a little.
狙い撃ち。
Oh yeah, I also like the fact that she kind of has like an infinite bounce back, so if you really want to avoid enemies,
とどめよ。
you can do that. It's kind of funny. I actually, oh, this is. Oh yeah, the skip features in this game too. Forget about that.
まあ、それをみんな
Okay. See, this is when the mini of this game was always weird to me. I mean, if you need to lay back down, Rexy, lay back down. You know, obviously we want you to recover. We don't want you pushing yourself too much. Yeah, unfortunately, my work schedule does not allow me
戦う
much.
準備はできてるわ。もらった。もらってとどめよ。
Yeah, this is why I kind of put the range for the Osmond here, because the Osmond really kind of hurt if you get hit by them.
とどめよ。
And because of the limited range pool, unlike the dodges that like a shared pool.
狙い撃ち。そこ。
Okay, that's understandable, Chili. The rest I get that.
よし、狙い撃ち。もらった。
Absolutely understand that.
そこ。狙い撃ち。もらった。そこ。よし。はっ。
Yeah, unfortunately, the one thing I really don't like about the VTubers in combat perspective is you can't get that same rocket effect. You get sort of like a decent dodge tactic, which is nice. But a dodge only goes so far.
よし。そこ。もらった。
Oh, right. This is where I probably should.
付き合い。来るわよ。
You remember how I said that the other, unlike the next characters in the VTuber down early? This is what I meant.
よし。とどめよ。
Basically, the more damage you take, the worse it's gonna be.
はっ。狙い撃ち。
And why I personally think this is probably the most,
そ。よし。
probably the worst way to play this game, because you get bursted, it's over. Well, it's good to see this. Yeah, this is always adorable. For those who haven't seen this game, there are actual cutscenes with VTubers like
奥地を目指すわよ。
with VTubers in them. I thought that was kind of a cool little feature this game kind of had added. Alright, so I'm gonna switch over to her again. Because there's a lot of multi-hits I get to do here. Thankfully, again, because this game plays typically the way you expect it to, all your hits get reserved if you do go down. It's just not... Yeah, and the anti-bit here obviously has better resistance, which I never understood, but... forget what this one is inspected. Okay. What was he doing? So you just need to take that one down. Okay, that's fair. Again, I do wish that they had made it so you had that jet option with the VTubers as well. Just because I think it would have really kind of made feel really less sluggish in some elements, but I mean, you had to keep working. You had to keep the difference pretty. Ow. That guy jumping around is not what you want. You can heal if you know if you have the right aiming sword. I just don't have it right now. There we go. Enemy looks like a big blocky tabor. Yes. Oh yeah, I forgot about this guy. So yeah, I guess I should reiterate, this game has some very, very, very interesting cutscenes. You just saw one of them. Yes, there was at one point, I don't know if they still exist, but there was a VTuber who actually made a model from Fist of the North Star. It's actually pretty cool to look at once you get to it. When you look it up, that's pretty interesting. But yeah, the enemies are all gonna be sort of like interesting, like paper creatures or. So now we can actually heal a little bit on our characters here. So there's some pretty fun little VTuber elements in this that they sprinkle in that are just like fun little collab things. Alright, now we actually have both the VTubers and the CPUs in the same setup. But yeah, the enemies look really interesting in this game too. I'm actually... So, this is one of the games I don't get to show off as often because it is probably one of the smaller games. But I really appreciate IFI giving us a chance to show this one off because it's honestly a treat. If you like VTubers or you like that type of that element of the world with the, like how bright some of the spaces are, you definitely will like this game. Alright, yep. This is referring to words on his body, yep. And then now, this is where you get the switch. So if you hit L1, Heart Tune. Oh yes, I forgot about this. This is a heal that doesn't require items. I do like that it exists. It is pretty fun to play with. trying to remember how you swap between.
少し休憩しましょう。
So you can't switch teams just yet. Okay, so we're still.
敵を見つけたわ。目的地。
Yeah, by the way, this is very confusing at some point. But I do really, I will say that this is. It's another underrated. This game is actually pretty interesting in terms of like the idea of it. Yeah, so you may notice there are little elements like that in this game, Draculair, that play along to like rhythm and music. It's actually pretty. It's one of the things that this game kind of got known for at one point, which is interesting. But it didn't get very well known for that particular one. The fun elements of this game are just rhythm music in general. So it does try and change up what you expect from a game card. This is another problem I have with the VTubers, is you don't get that really same walk-on feature, which I personally feel they had like a better walk-on feature for the VTubers. It probably would have been easier to play them. Oh, yeah. The M's over here. Not nice. Maybe I can take a look at this. You can. Yeah, there's a lot of little elements you'll notice if you pay attention that are just kind of fun little like gameplay elements that kind of get lost. Yeah, there's the only goal with the giant floppy teddy bears. Yeah, the only problem, like I said, the problem with the VTubers in this game more or less boils down to because you have your partner with you in the field. If you are both taking hits, you basically run the risk of game over real quick. So it's kind of the only real reason I think the VTubers are harder to play with. Other than that, the VTubers are pretty unique. Like I said earlier, they don't have access to her yet. There's a VTuber later that gets a scythe, and the scythe is really good damage and range. I might be able to show that one off a little later if people want to see that character, because it is a little further into the storyline, and it's just something I didn't want to show off right away. Also, yeah, I'm fighting game controllers with bodies. And God, the character, the enemy design in this game was really well done. In terms of some of them look just really cool. Fortunately, this is also one of the risky things that I'm going to set up because go. I haven't come across our first real VTuber yet, which is when you get to those are where the game starts to really pick up. Not perfect, but it's better than nothing. And I'm happy with that, so... Oh. This could be interesting. So there's one more mechanic in this game that doesn't get that you're about to see. Nah, not did it. Cliche.
なんでも
さあ、この私の
本当べ皆さん親皆さんに授け
Howler. Yep.
先ほどですかそんな思い
Because this part's actually pretty fun. I haven't done. This is like the first time we get to see it.
大げさになるほどさす
So remember that song they were talking about, the Unlimited song that was in the earlier part of the game? That's where that comes into play right now.
その日でもすごいあの子たちまたでもあまり自覚一人それっていつだってカリスマ性のってはいはいでもネプテューヌのその性格ラステーションは平和なあなあリンボックスルービーも協力的なやはりそれがその気持ちは
So yeah, there's some fun little moments in this game that get brought, that you kind of get hidden, but they're actually really fun to find if you find them because they're just super interesting. I'm kind of annoyed they didn't give Noir a black glow because her technical color in the games is her city's color is black. It's not like blue. I just kind of wish they had kind of maybe looked into that.
力は解放されたよ改めて
MV battles. Okay, this is important. Or music video battles if you are curious. There's a little display we're gonna see like red is up, blue is and red is enemy advantage, blue is player advantage. Yellow bar. Yeah, so this basically covers life, percent gauge. So this is fun. You guys should like this.
最強の戦士が相手になろう。
全力でいくよ
Start break. Also, the music in this part is super good. I might have up the sound just for this part later, but battle later. Whoa! Oh, look who it is! It is our friends from Idea Factory! One of our lovely sponsors and one of the people who sponsored, who actually sponsored this game. So, good to see you guys! Yeah, how are you guys doing today? We are not very far. We are on the beginning new save file, so we're not really spoiling too much for our, so we're not spoiling too much of the game, obviously. I didn't want to do that.
楽勝だったわね
But yeah, big shout out once again to Idea Factory International for sponsoring the event and also sponsoring a few prizes for this event. One of which will be a giveaway later on down the event for some copies of this game in a physical limited edition state. So if you guys are interested in winning those, you can actually check. You can actually keep an eye out for those when we do those prize runs, and maybe you can win yourself a copy of this game. Yeah, good luck to all the winners out there who do win. This, I am super excited for all the winners because this year there's a good lineup of games from IFI, including one we'll be playing next week for 4 hours that I've not played yet, and I'm very excited for that. I am very, very, very excited to delve into that for the first time. I won't say what it is just yet because I want to kind of keep that a secret. But, yeah, when we get to that, you guys will hopefully enjoy that one.
大げさだな。救世主皆様、ありがとうございます。
This is the test. Yeah, she's like, yeah, this whole area was the test. Just a heads up, psych. You really did, you did good. You just didn't save a real world. Yeah, that's a thing. So, yeah, this is kind of a thing that was brought up. Faria basically used that area as a whole test. They're bringing Little Witch Roberta to West next year. I would be interested in that. I won't lie. I'm kind of interested in how that, when we get that. That would be very interesting to play around with. I know the next game for the NEP series comes out next year too, and I'm very excited for that one too. It's pretty early next year in the release line, which is interesting. So yeah, I'm very interested. Like, IFI himself has got a pretty good release roster within the next year coming out so far that we know of. Selling extras. So yeah, basically they're like, yeah, we're gonna help. And like I said, guys, if you are interested in donating to charity to give back to kids and want to help me and watch me suffer a little bit, you can do so by donating through the link provided in the donate area there, and you get to pick and pick what to donate. You guys get to pick what I do. And yes, I know I will still say I still highly recommend the level 10 donation just because that's just the most level pain you can probably give me is sour candy or some type of sour soda. I'm a very sweet guy. I like my sweets. Sour is not my general go-to except for sour gummy worms, and they're not sour at all too much. So that should be kind of a fun one. This is also pretty cool. I like the way that, I like the way this whole game looks. Like, it's really, like, it's the internet, so you expect a little bit of oddballness with, like, internet, with the internet-inspired world. But, yeah, no, this looks just really pretty overall. Like, I'm ultimately, like, this game, if you're not sold on the combat, the visuals aren't of which a sell point behind it.
VVVTuner.
Oh yeah. So alright, so now we're getting into chapter 1 realistically.
電脳世界
Virtual.
バーチャランド。そこはネプテューヌたちの住むゲーム業界、そしてミーやユーの住む現実とは異なる世界、あらゆる世界のネットワークと隣り合わせに存在するバーチャランドには数多くの電脳惑星が存在している。
It's space, the final frontier, only internet,
核であ
which
る
I
コア
find
によって
hilarious.
独立した文化、コンテンツを生み出し発展していた。そして電脳世界の辺境に位置する惑星エマ、ここでは豊かな創造の力を持つコアと女神フェアにより多くのコンテンツが生まれていた。育まれたコンテンツは惑星の人々に喜び、感動を与え、その感動を糧
But
と
yeah,
し
this
て
explains
コ
a
ンテ
little
ンツ
more
はさ
about
ら
the
なる
whole
成長
world,
を遂
so
げ、
it's actually pretty
循
interesting.
環と進歩、そして平和な世界だが、そんな平穏は唐突に音を立てて崩れ去った。突如として惑星エモを襲うアンチの軍勢、オワンダルの先導者カドによる侵略だった。その圧倒的な大軍によって惑星エモは蹂躙され、コンテンツは次々と終わりオワコンとなった。全てのコンテンツがオワコン化してしまえば創造の力は失われ、惑星そのものが滅亡してしまう。そしてカドの魔の手はこの世界のみな
Just the
ら
cutscenes out, cut out in this is just super cool too.
侵略によってあまたの VTuber たちまでもここバーチャランドに呼び出されてしまう。突然の出来事に混乱した彼らは
And yeah, you may have noticed a couple of famous VTubers in this.
その消息は不明
We
だ。
haven't gotten to them yet. We get to it pretty
この絶
soon.
望的な状況を止めるべく女神フェアによって救世主が次元の枠を超えて召喚された。ゲーム業界のネプテューヌ、ノワール、ブラン、ベール、そして新人 VTuber のミーとユー、全ての未来は彼女たちに託されることとなった。そして今彼女たちの目の前には召喚者のフェアが待っていたのだった。果たして一同はオワコンに向かう惑星エモをアンチの侵略から救うことができるのか。
There we go. Yeah, there are there are a few cutscenes like this.
あなたたちどういうこと？もうフェアってば。そうよフェア。仮想空何か全く。
Amnesia.
なんで頭を打って記憶喪失になったところ？
Neptunia just made a reference to her own self. For anyone who doesn't know this reference, it is technically a two-part reference. It is a reference from the original PS3 version of Neptunia and RB1. Both games kind of play it differently, but the long story short end is Nep sort of falls from the sky and loses her memory in both games. And both versions of the game, and so she kind of has this memory loss, and something that kind of brings us up a little bit in some of the other titles as you go along the series.
最後に話してから10分も。ドジっ子？ドジっ子ってこと？ドジなんてレベルじゃないでしょう。もはや日常生活。やっぱり怪しい。あなたたちが出会ったのはこちらにお越しいただくためですから。え、そうだったの？ええ、じゃああなたは仮想空。はい、皆様がこちらに。なるほど。フェアさんからすれ。力の解放とか最後のこっちで待ってるからっていうの。それは申し訳ありません。いいよ。まあ今さら。ありがとうございます。本来でしたらこんなことはないのです。AI の情報が私に引き継ですので差し支え。この世界それ。
Yep, and basic breakdown conversation.
そうね。皆様で そこはどう。なるほど、それもあります。もっと私と
That's
これ
idols.
から見アイドルアイドル、まあでももしか私自分に正直皆さんもちろん
Virtual
皆
idols.
様にはバー
Virtual
アイ
idols.
ドルって何おやおいみーいつの間にかバーチャルアイドルって何か楽しそうですわね。バカは放っておくとしてただの VTuber ではありません。
We need both a VTuber and a
バーチャ
VTuber.
ル
A
アイ
V
ドル
idol.
すなわち
That's interesting. This interesting trade-off there. I'm not gonna lie.
いやたみーゆう元の世界で培った経験、そしてネプテューヌたちは2人任せて。確かに最近のアイドルはグループがこれは
Skyrocket.
そしたらお金なんか2人して下水か。さてネプ、先ほど武器をこれ
Live
その
gun.
武器の名はその
Oh,
武器の
that was the camera thing. Yeah, so I don't bring this up, but they mentioned the camera on there.
まさか銃で侵略
You record they record the footage, which is kind of interesting.
世界を救う模様を撮影し、戦いをライブ配信するってこと？そうです。今この惑星は住人たちにはこのままでは
I see.
生まれない惑星へも思ったですから救世主たちのつまりこの惑星の廃れていくコンテンツの感動エネルギーもある。なるほ
It's a
ど。
good solution. I mean, realistically, at least.
そんでもって私たちのにイエーイ自信にそれでは
NeoTube.
早速すでに惑星のよーし
Yeah, NeoTube, aka YouTube. I think. I think that's the reference they're trying to pull from here.
面倒くさいこと
6人の邪魔なやつも消えて余裕があると思う。
これもお前のソース。
いいや。でも手は打ったんだ。予想が外れるのはきっと楽しいショット。
相変わらず人事のよう。
なんだって楽しくやるべきさ。
ええ、私はお前の頭脳を買っているんだ。そしていいか。
分かってるよ。おお。さあ、
Oh.
聞こえてるかなんせ。
Yeah, I think we're now getting to the next gameplay segment. Alright, now we're back to... Welcome to NeoTube. Like I said, everything is very light and colorful, and I'm very, very happy with the aesthetic. Now I do want to switch over to the YouTubers. Sorry, the CPUs, just because CPUs make the gameplay go by a little quicker. And like I said, if we get a donation, you guys can make me go back to the VTubers for like 5 whole minutes. That's always good. That's just a fun jab at trying to make the game harder for me. But I enjoy it, so I enjoy it for the kids, because the kids are what's important. The net American.
それよりそうね。お子様の面倒はこの調子。そう焦らせ。
It's RPG.
だかあれだよ。
Yeah, it is in the test.
確かに。ねえねえ。そうね。まずは。では最初は。もう回ってる。あそこのランプが赤く。
Oh my god. Yeah, this segment right here is kind of funny. It's the first time Depp has actually seen a camera.
というわけで、次元も世界も何のそのあらゆる垣根を飛び越えるバーチャル女神のネプテューヌだよ。この完成度拍手。主人、そんじゃ。つわ
Hey,
の。
got Noir.
早
Chip, chop, chip.
く早く。 努力しますので。
gosh.
だってノワール真面目すぎなんだ。このツンツンしているなんなの
Tsundere
よ。
diva.
大体ね。
Yeah, Noir does get called Tsundere in this game, which I can't not disagree with.
まあまあ、そのくらいにしてあげ。泣かないわよ。申し遅れました。ご覧の
Most
通り。
fans acceptance.
知り合いと。
You don't know.
ちなみにこちらはまな板ではなくてブランですわ。
I'm gonna hold this right here because this is not the only time in the games Blanc Vert makes this reference. It's made pretty clear throughout the franchise.
今なんつった。ご覧の通り、破壊と貧乳の女神ですね。
Oh lord.
誰が破壊と貧乳の女神だ。なんてまるで10年くらい実際いろい
Genes, lashes, adventures, TRPGs, even
シミュレー
FPS.
ションにシューティングも。なぜかしら。
Yeah, that proves the Nep games have been around a while.
そうですな。ね、この調子なだね。じゃあ、行くわよ。いつも可愛いだけじゃ、君と一緒にニュートラル、ニュートラル。
It's neutral. You.
改めて私たちタリコンいきなりこの世界に召喚されてすごいね。今更だけど。
Yeah, I do like this little cutscene gimmick.
なんか勢いで引く。そんなのあった。世界中のみんながシュチニクリンのシュチニクリンとにかくまだそういうわけで私たち4人の
Alright.
よし。
Now, maybe we can get professional.
つまりひとまずインパクトはなるほどね。とにかくこの調子そのためにもここにももさっきからノリと勢い。
Yeah, we are going to. Oh, good, we're already Neptune. Good, so I don't have to worry about this. There's even a side-scrolling bullet shooter, bullet hell shooter. Yeah, it doesn't get mentioned in this game. I don't think the bullet hell shooter, like it just kind of gets mentioned. They just kind of mention all the Net characters. And as never even showed this one off, I am going to show this character off. This is Blanc. Blanc uses a charge cannon, aka a shotgun, more or less. This is one of the few weapons I'm not super fancy of because I feel like it's way too slow.
もう撃てるわ。
In the range.
飛び上がれ。でも
What's this?
何？きっとこの国の
Nani?
私は惑星オワンダルの財団系執行役員。
ちょっと。
Yeah, there's a side-scrolling game there. Was I ever
もう一
seen
人
it?
侵略者。そんな方が盛大敵の侵略。
さてネオチューブの諸君、先日アップデートしたこの国のコンテンツに我らの
解約やめろ。会員制度やめて。月額料金で給料が吹っ飛ぶなんて動画サービスってレベルじゃねえぞ。広告スキップできないとかショッか。
Oh lord, that's a nightmare. Not being able to skip ads is an absolute nightmare on anything. Lorsh, no. Let's not have that future, please.
快適だった前の仕様に戻し。
くっさ。やれやれ、どうやら運営に無料会員としてただこちらはサービス嫌なら利用しなければいいだけの話。ああ、このいいか我ら運営では。
ねえ、そうみひどいよ。このままじゃその先そんなこと侵略。
Gotta beat him up. Yes, I want to beat him up. Any person who threatens to take away the skip button on a video is not okay in my book. No. I like having the skip button. Especially if you watch the videos old enough that they're not getting revenue anymore, it's worth it.
バラバラのドゥガだって。
Alright.
そこよ。
see what I mean? This game is very, very flimsy. Like, aim on this gun is really, really awkward. But it does a heck of a lot of damage if you can aim it right. It melts. I think this is the only game in speedrunning that actually used Blanc intentionally, because her gun does a lot of damage. Like, I think this is the only game I remember right from the speedrun Blanc tracks that you do use Blanc, just because her gun is like one of the strongest guns in the actual game. Now, I think, I forget how they strategize that game too, as a speedrun, but... I will admit she does have some uses with, like... Oh. Ah, yep. Alright, this is what I was going to talk about. And you can't go forward with this. I love that. Alright, so that's a VTuber. Now you're probably wondering, what's a VTuber got to do with this game? Well, there's a very good reason for it. More or less, the VTubers actually have like a special equipment once you find them, and I'll show that off here in a minute when I watch the first one. Because it's actually pretty interesting. One thing I don't like is the camera control. Like, this gun and camera control are better. Alright, well, there's the first one. Alright, anti-defeated. One of our seniors. This is... But yeah, so basically, long story, the best way to explain this mechanic is... something like that. Powerful. When your senior becomes a power-up, yeah, that's something that happened. But I'm okay with that. Oh, man. to do a quick response real quick on there.
私きっと通りすがりの大きそれも某ロボットアニメの機体
That's very detailed. Yes, I
そも
agree.
そも見てないでしょあなたはでも姿が見えない以上はみんな先行っちゃうよ
Alright, guest connect. Right, you call VTuber from the cube and activate guest connect. Help you out use it to activate guest connect to activate support attacks and support effects. Oh yeah, this actually is pretty cool, this little effect. And then there's the emotional overdrive, I'll show that off in a relative bit. V-cubes. Okay, this is what I was talking about. V-cubes basically increase the, certain stats. I'll show you the stats here in a moment. V-cubes. If I can explore the character. So if you notice, this B cube gives us a new benefit. So it gives us plus life, plus attack, and plus defense. Which generally means these are better for, like, these type of cubes are better, like, because you're not going to gain any health on depth or noir. For this, the HP cubes are better got to the VTubers. We're going to put that on them, just because that's going to help them out. And so basically that's what I mean by equipment, special equipment. So more or less, we can't, more or less, have to de-equip those and continue fighting without them. And later in the game, or once we get certain areas of this level, those things become pretty vital. So it becomes at least kind of a fun little challenge. And you also can back here, see where you've been, where you're going. So if I turn around real quick and come back over here and get some goodies. SS boxes. Okay, this is a fun one. So SS boxes are like little, or they're like specific crates you can pick what you want, and they're only a handful per level. Once they're used up. You can't get them back. So it almost kind of benefits you to pick and choose where you want. Pick and choose the specific things you're looking for per level. Yeah, now we go fast. See. Sonic would go fast. Go. And we're good. Nothing back here. Right? No. This apparently does the thing. So let's go. Yeah, you do stop moving to shoot though, so you do lose that, which is fine. I mean, because when you're in combat, you're really not gliding around a lot. Again, the only thing I don't really this could be a little thing, but where is War? War might be coming in. So War's got a little bit of range, but a fair amount of power. In the War's case, yes, you can absolutely do this. And I've done this before for like certain fights. So it's like, oh yeah. Plus, it's just kind of fire, so you don't have to worry about moving around too much. Oh, we got another VTuber. Yeah, the only thing I really have to, like I said, I usually point out is now we're on the one that you can just walk around and talk to. I'll go looking for just able to explore more or less. Okay. Okay, not too bad then. Let's roll our way back. Apparently there's a cube back here. Okay. Let's grab... straw hat. So the green one here is like an equipment, like an accessory. And the accessories are pretty cool because the accessories, if they're equipped to a certain character, they can actually be, they can actually gain a certain benefit after a certain amount of combat time. And this is very different from like... So in this case, this one is... anyone can use it. Also, it's a reference to One Piece. Which, yes, by the way, a lot of these accessories are references to anime. This one specifically is One Piece because it even specifies hat for a man aiming to be the king of the pirates. Like, to me, that's just funny. It's a One Piece reference. Yep. Yep, you got it, Digi. You got it. It's a One Piece reference. Every item has a reference to it in this one from what I've discovered. So it's really kind of fun to see what the references are. Because there are some pretty obscure ones in this that are for items that just pop up. This is just one of those like random ones. Hey, there you go. We do need to heal a bit though. But yeah, so there's fun little references in this game. If you pay attention to them, you'll find them. Oh yeah, you can also pay attention to monitors periodically. Let's see that RB cube though. Now this one is a more towards sorry about that, more towards VTubers. 2 degrees has a life plus meter. Good evening, all. Hello! I'm gonna try and say your name. Kiryu? I probably missed that. I'm sorry. How are you doing this evening? Welcome on into the 12 Days of Indie. Alright, we are actually going to do a quick... we're actually going to do a super quick break for the sponsor ads while I do a quick stretch. So we're going to switch over to that video real quick, let you guys enjoy that, and when we get back, we will be delving into more of the first world of Neptunia Virtual Stars. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. We'll be right back. We will be right back with more of the game.
Thanks to your generosity, Marines have delivered Christmas to children in need since 1947.
Excuse me. Excuse me, are you Santa Claus? I heard you might be him. If you are him, here's my list.
Help the Marines make Christmas possible for less fortunate children. Donate a new toy to Toys for Tots.
Here's Santa Claus.
Alright, we are back. Hope you guys enjoyed that, minus the loud blast at the start. I forgot that that's a full blast, so I apologize. But yeah, that's a big shout out to all of our sponsors here for the event. You might have seen a couple games in there that we'll be seeing later on my streams over the next over the remaining time of 12 days. One is brand new, so you will hopefully, when that shows up, that will be a fun one. Until then, guys, we are here for Toys for Tots, trying to help raise money for charity to give kids a very good Christmas this year who may not have a chance to have a Christmas. If you would like to help by donating to the cause, I have incentives that were posted not too long ago. You guys can donate to add some suffrage for a man on the mission while giving back to kids and charity. Alright, so for this cube, the problem is this cube's a good cube. Alright, well, I'm trying my best to balance sound, I'll be honest with you. My sound balancing techniques are pretty bad. I've been doing my darndest to balance out the game sound with Mike, so it's kind of hard. Hopefully by next stream it'll be a little more balanced and I can actually get a little more set up ahead of time because I'll get a general sound test for the next game. This one was kind of I had to rush myself home and get everything situated. I am going to go ahead and put this on Noir for now because it does give hearts, which we do need for survival. Go there. But yeah, no, if there's anything wrong with the sound, you let me know. I will address it as best I'm able to within my options. Obviously, I mean, I can always fix it, but I'll do my darndest to fix it. Because the game sounds pretty loud right now. Yeah, I've been trying to keep the game somewhat balanced. It's kind of tough. And this is something I've always struggled with in terms of being a streamer. And then drop the volumes boost. I will have to have someone help me with that because I have not messed with any type of thing of that on OBS except for except to do one thing for like. I'll pull the mic a little closer for today's purposes, because my mic is pretty close to my desk area, so it's not too far out. Just to help for today. But next time, probably I'll have someone work with me on that, set that up so it's a little better for future. Yeah, I like the fact that all the enemies are themed after like digital things. So you have like the digital like characters, MP3 player, you know, things like that. Things that you would expect of a virtual world, like of that technology level. I think that's kind of funny that that's kind of how they go. But I like that. I like that element to a degree too. Yeah, unfortunately, I also worked today, so my energy levels are a little lower than normal, so I apologize. Like, normally I'm a lot more, like, super energized, but I'm kind of running off an 8-hour shift at work. Boys belt acquired. Alright, I'm curious, what is this one? Belt used to transform into a hero. I am going to say that's most likely a Power Rangers reference. I want to say it's a Power Rangers reference, but I'm not going to say it is, or even, what's the anime? Or the show? There's a show that had this. But I remember most of Power Rangers, Sentai, Super Sentai Squad or something? The Power Rangers, like, prototyping from Japan? Like, I just find the references in this game super interesting. My differences all too well. Yeah, I'm using a Yeti Snowball, believe it or not, and it's a good mic. Like it works well, but it's definitely one of those mics that it's like a good number of years old and it's overdue for a replacement. So I will probably have to eventually invest into a new mic, even if it's just like a slightly higher quality Yeti mic. For this system. Not eat. Eat. Eating your mic. Interesting. I don't know. Eating your mic sounds like a very interesting idea. Maybe it has good calories. Oh, jeez, these are annoying. Oh no, I hate these things. So you're about to meet my enemy that I absolutely despise. These are the Dragons, and Lord have Lord. I will rephrase that. Silliness above, but they are annoying. I am going to be fair and follow protocol. Yeah, I like Noir's weapons the most, just because I think Noir's weapons sort of have that, like, that fun appeal to them. They're like crossbows. It's a crossbow, just more fun. The only problem with Noir's weapon is it's very single target focused, and so you either have to be really good at moving around and not getting hit, or you have to be like, or you have to buff her health to make it so you're not taking that many hits. That's the only thing about Noir I really wish was better with this game. Rush wooden spoon. Wooden spoon for when you invite yourself over to dinner. I don't know that reference, and I'm probably not going to figure that one out, so... Still, reference is a reference. That is a reference I may not understand, but someone probably is out there. If you do, hey, there you go. Well, that is a restoration point. Let's use that. So let's grab that. Save. And there we go. Let's switch up to... Let's go to Vert. A little bit of a long shot. I don't really like Vert's weapon, I think. M battle change song. Okay. Open the sound reload screen when you change songs freely. If we're some try them all out, you'll earn more songs as the story progresses. Right. Okay. Yes, I've heard. This is a mechanic that I never really got to use in my original playthrough, but I do remember this mechanic. It's interesting. So you get more songs as you go through the game, and you kind of get like more tunes to listen to. And there are actually some pretty good songs in this game. Security machine. Yeah, but if you notice why I really like the CPUs for this, it's because more damage. But this is probably the reason why I think with this setup. And your health does reset when you're in these. I'm about to say, Kaki's coming in next, because no Kaki is on the model next. Noir is obviously not being the best for these fights, because Noir actually the most damage effectively. And yeah, he doesn't do that much damage. second, and we'll see why I won. Disadvantage, Bernarda is going to be pretty heavy. Oh, there's the new song. And voila! I think I'm going to talk to the board. Yes. There we go. Alright, there we are.
こんにちニンニン甲賀流忍者のポンポコです。
こんにちナッツピーナッツくんです
二人合わせてポコピーです。ポンポコチャンネルでは
I forgot these two existed. I don't even know if they're...
僕のチャンネルではあなたに有益な
I don't know if they're still around, but they are. This cutscene here is hilarious.
お前の変な1分間のアニメだろ。
始まっちゃってるんだよね。
始まってないしな。
というわけで
ポンポコと
ピーナッツくん
よかったら
ぜひ見てね
またねバイバーイ
Yeah. I'm going to look at that if I get the chance to, because it's actually pretty fun. They're just fun little... Yeah, okay. Yeah, the VTuber motors allow you to have kind of a little conversation with the VTubers there. I like it. It's kind of a fun little throw up. But then also it's annoying somewhat if you're not paying careful attention to how long you're near them. But yeah, so... Virtual waffle. I guess I now found a waffle in the virtual world. I find the fun when they have virtual waffles. Ooh, yeah, no. Wait, I'm going backwards. Alright, so...
皆さんこんりゃです。いつもギリギリ契約解除 RTA 待ったなしのやらかし VTuber みつるぎりやです。
Yeah, these are all real cute.
歌声は宝石のように透き通るエンジェルボイスなので。
But yeah, this game has a lot of those. And when you find them, they're pretty adorable.
先に進みましょう。
かきくけコンコンコンセロの電子養成プロジェクトチームミリタリー指揮官キツネビーシロノです。皆様よろしくお願いします。
I wish I knew more about some of these VTubers, unfortunately I don't. Some of these VTubers look really interesting. There we go. That's about where I want to be. Alright, so we're back where we want to be now. Anything over here? No. There's usually something hanging around a lot of this area. Exploring generally kind of works out. Oh, jeez, we're in a really tight corridor, and there aren't enough space for these guys. And the MP3 player. Oh, yep. The MP3 players are a little worse in like close combat arenas like this because you don't have as much control. And what do we get? OFF0 sunglasses. Okay. What are those? Sunglasses worn by a streamer with a legendary record. I have no idea who this actually references to. I absolutely don't, and I should. As someone who's been on Twitch for almost, like, just passing 9 years now, you think I would know the streamer this is involved to? I mean, it's still cool it's in here. I just wish I understood the reference, Because, yeah, there's references, some of these references are kind of a blunder. For me, at least. Maybe I'm just not as in the culture of the world, I don't know. All I know is I'm having fun playing the game, and that's kind of the more important thing for me, and that people get to see the game. Get over here. Yeah, this is the reason why Noir isn't considered the strongest in this game. Just because there's so much you have to be careful about. Are you fighting?
お前ら無課金税が騒ぎ立てるから動画サイトの配信料が上がった。違う。課金なんてするからあの運営はつけ上がるんだ。みんな、あらちゃダメです。うるせえ。俺の好きな VTuber 動画が見られなくなったらどう責任取ってくれんだ。
とにかく落ち着いてください。住民同士で争いが勃発するなんて。
今 VTuber
やめてください。
オワコンだ。
Yeah, that's...
とにかく今は互いに冷静になれないはずです。
うるせえ。
ゆうちゃん。こら。
Alright, yeah.
アンチね。
Look at the giant snake. That's a big old snake. Yeah, these guys get annoying. They don't do much to you. Like, I'll be honest with you, they fire lasers. There we go. No. Yeah, they get their little recommendation here.
ちょっと私たちの世界のコンテンツもちろんです。
The invasion.
正確に言えばこの惑星の人たちや他の VTuber を
Say people.
僕決めました。押しまゆうちゃん最初のはいしょうがない。
Yeah, Mr. Cocky, where you at, man? How are things hanging?
それじゃあ私たちこれからどんどん配信していくから応援してね。約束だよ。はい。拡散も
Gotta be careful. No, control my hand. Oh, alright. Let's see what the next reference is. I'm curious. Demon Tail. Okay, let's see what we got going on with this one. This could be generic. Tail of Evil Being. Yeah, kind of generic, random setup, but eh. Assuming they can get over there from there. So let's go this way. There's a lot to explore with this game. YouTuber rescue videos. Monitor. Yeah, so this is something that you can unlock specific YouTubers this way. But you have to find where they're at, unfortunately. Mad Mass. Okay. Assuming there's a way over this. There is. There we go. Yep, there's another VTuber. Okay. Yeah. For those who don't know, Kabuki is one of my favorite old school VTubers of the era. Wasn't got me into being a VTuber or PNG-tuber, but she was definitely one of the ones I remember watching super early on into the whole thing. So it was like, it's just so kind of cool to see that got added to the game. This is all cleared out, so I think we're good. Let's move on. Oh, wait, we did get one thing from the main base. So. A mask worn by a heroic former police officer. Again, don't know this one. There's probably a major reference here I'm just missing, but... that's not cool. Laser wasn't enough for it, so they're gonna hurt a lot. Except that guy. That guy in laser too, and that guy is actually here. He's big and has a laser. All you need to know. I do like reference hunting in this game, though. There are a lot of fun references. Oh, there. Headset. Now that could be anything. Could be usual, that could be streaming, that could be Hatsune Miku, I don't know. Let's find out. I am curious. Headset that plays City Pop. Don't know what that is. Maybe it's just music of this world. I want the map though. I think we've pretty much seen everything. Unless there's something back here I'm missing. No. Side over here. Oh, okay. So these are like gates you can transfer to and kind of go back to like the area and stuff and inspect. It's interesting, but not something you need to know. I do need to unlock it though, so I do need to use this place. And now that I've done that, that gate is permanently unlocked, which means I can now officially go back and use that whenever I want to transfer to that area. Oh yeah, the money melters. They're not worth a lot of money either, I don't think. They were, I don't remember. It's been a while. Hello, Snake. Goodbye, Snake. Oh yeah, it's worth the money, that's all. They just go down to run out of funds, more or less. Another one. Right? Here. Yeah, how has everybody's holiday been so far? You guys enjoying all the streams we've had up to this point? No. Anything stick out in your mind as particularly interesting game or just interesting streamer that you didn't know about beforehand? I think I'm gonna switch over to top one because having that first one is helpful here. Except apparently it does not work. They keep moving. Where am I at? Yes, okay, so I've cleared up the map so far, no issues in total. Thankfully, these are enemies I can kind of work around with the shotgun element. It's a matter of... Hello there, Snick. You are kind of hard to hit with this one, but I mean, it's just normal for this. Right here. Something I couldn't read because way too small text. Indoctrinated self-introduction demon helmet. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, it's cold in the winter. Well, not in Florida at least. Yeah, Floridians don't... We don't like cold, but we'll stand it if we have to. It's just the way things work in Florida. Quick save, make sure we're all up to snuff. That is correct. Yep, right guys, we are getting close to the end of my shift within the next 30-ish minutes or so. If you are interested in any of the incentives above, you can donate to the Tilt-to-Find link provided. Remember, all money for this goes back to Toys for Tots, a great charity that has Worked with us for all 10 years, I believe. And helps get kids toys for Christmas. Something that we all, many members of our community, respect and have been through ourselves. So we'd love to see those kids, the other kids, get to have that opportunity every year. And we always just love, taking part of that. No, I want to skip. I should, but I won't for time being purposes.
だが残念威勢がいいのはその証案の定
Ads and connection speeds.
これでこの国の
そんな風に人
ならばなぜ見ろ雑多で多すぎるこれこそ
なんとね盛り上がってるところにわざわざ
Yeah.
自分の好きじゃないものは全部そういうのさすがの私もカニブク私も見てよ
We'll nep you up. I freaking love that line. It's just a classic line for Neptune too. Wanna run a dude. Wanna...
配信開始ね
Well, I hope someone comes to relieve you soon. I know I'd like you to go and relax. Obviously. Oh, this one, but yeah, this one can be done in honor with other methods, but this might be pushing him in the butt because he's so bad. This is one. Yeah, you tend to use a lot of items. I don't know what happened to Kaki either. I know Kaki was supposed to be here. So I'm not sure what's entirely going on either. Let me see if I can I'm just gonna help too. This is why I thought the shotgun would be better here, but it really isn't. Thankfully, the enemies in the scene aren't I hope someone shows up for you, I really do. That's not really fair to you. You want people to actually hold it there, but okay, you can't. Imagination. Okay. I switch to you and me real quick. Maybe. Problem is, okay. So you and me have a decent flexible, so it shouldn't be too bad. Thankfully, you and me, are decently good in combat, which is why I like them so much. The later ones can be really good. It just depends on when you use them. Maybe since you have them, I
議じゃない？
Everywhere.
悩んじゃうよね。わかるわかる。
I've adjusted every mic. Every mic. I can't adjust any further. I've lowered the game sound as much as humanly possible. Like, I have to have my headphones on full blast to hear the game at this point. Practically. I don't know how much more I can do to buff it. I don't know where my options are. Please tell me this is any better. I don't know much more options I can do. I'm literally, I think, out of options. Like... Alright, boss down. And that is the first official world done. Surprisingly, the game gets a little harder from there. Well, the first world's been saved. That's a benefit in disguise.
最初はそれに皆さんそれだけでもそっかみんなで皆様送ってとごめんなさいそんなほら
I'm surprised Nep asked for pudding, because Nep is pudding's Nep's thing. Realistically. Let's try pulling the mic a little further up. I don't know how much more I can go though without messing with my mouse settings or mouse.
この惑星の女神がわざわざよ。だからまあこの先も犠牲は私を恨むのは確かに作戦を立てたのは私。今さら仲間がやられることを悔やむ。いつまでもそんなのにかまって
状況の中で静かに
ああ恐ろしい。
Alright, well. Do a quick save. So now we are in chapter 2.
ほらネプチューヌ
I hope that's better. I don't know how much more I can do to fix the mic issues. Like I said, I trying to keep power balance, and it's like it's kind of tough.
おい勝手に変なもんと合体させんなほら目を開けろうっせえさっさと起きろしたくてしょうがないんだけどまぶたくんがダメだ
All right. Well, hopefully it'll be good for a little bit. Still wondering what happened to getting cocky, because I know they're the next on the mod schedule.
ネプトゥーヌこれはな
God, some laziness. That's absolutely true.
準備がよろしいみたいです皆様にはすぐにでもですのでもう何いいそう急に復興したてなのでまだ
Yeah, this is something I wanted to show off, which is kind of cool. You don't get this right away, but you do get access to
それともう一つお礼そっか言ってみればわかることよそうだねよしみんな行こう
Well, Nep made an Autobots reference. I cannot complain because I was an old school, a fairly old school Transformers fan. So, hey, I'll take it. Cloud control facility. Pods and spears. Switch combos. Neo 2 Plaza. Alright, let's go.
どうも風見亮ですあ緊張するな僕はアクションゲームがいやどうも
Well, saving the city has its value, I guess. Hmm.
それだから今はいいわ。私も前に出た。みんな周りの人で、
It's Noel. Alright, hello Noel.
ありがとう。当たり前です。ちょっと乗るに。あんまりグイグイ行くから困る。
Oh yeah, there's also this character.
この子ははじめまして。私乗る
Kind of adorable. I'm not gonna lie. I won't lie, I think they're kind of adorable.
ごめんなさい。お兄ちゃんってば興奮するといその格好可愛さそしそうだったんですか。そんなすごい方々にお兄ちゃんってば
Woof. Like I said, I will have to deal with this after stream and figure out the mic issues. I never really get people telling me what's wrong with the mic issues half the time, so it's kind of hard to adjust on the fly, especially with when there are games that are louder than others.
駆け出しでもすでにトップアイドルのカリスマを持っているんだよ。女神だから。さすがネプちゃん。意気込みだけは銀河級だね。私もそう思います。そうだ。あまりにもテンション。皆さん、この国をそんな改まんなく。いえ、皆さんが来てくれなかったら。
Hey.
なんか少しこそばゆい。それが喜び半分。
Well, there you go.
だから私たちが女神をやっているのよ。そっか。皆さんと初めてお会いした後、皆さんが救世そしてここに集まった人たちは救世主としてやったー。
Alright, well...
私たちこの広場に来れば確かに以前なら施設がたくさん施設を復活させたいのは山々ですがお金とか在庫とかじゃないだから私たち二人とも安心してる場合本当だすぐにだからさすがにそんなに皆さんのおかげで
Oh,
それは
motion energy.
皆さんの配信僕たちは感動によってそれがこの星を支えさすがユウさんねえノロニそれだけあればそうだねいやこれだけあればいいのはいこれ
Alright, so this, for those who are curious,
リアちゃん
it is the shopping area.
じゃあ
And we're going to get to open some shops up.
ね早くその力使ってみようよ
Oh, I imagine it is a problem, Draco. Draco, not gonna lie.
そうだねこれから先のですからノルニ
Like, I had that problem with, like, Project Diva, if, back when I did Project Diva streams for the Miku series, because the music, tone would always be higher or lower, so you would have to adjust it on the fly. So I was definitely one of those people who had to really adjust the stuff on the fly.
そうだよネプちゃんあんたも大概ほら
Right. So Neo2 Plaza basically is like your hub, if it makes any sense. You know, you go here, you buy items, do different things, that type of deal. It's actually pretty interesting because the shops you unlock as you go through the game are actually pretty significant. Sadly, you can't use the dash while you're in here. I'm very sad about that. Gonna revive all the facilities. And there we go. They've now revived the item shop. And this shop will be viable for most gameplay. Wasteful. Manager. No Titanic. I like how this guy is like. I like how this guy's like, yeah, no, this was wrong about how you did your stream. Just focus on recording. Okay, cool. Yeah, alright. There we go. Again, I'm hoping I can get this volume issue fixed for next stream. I know this stream was probably the best because of it, but I still enjoyed it. Next stream report for duty. Alright, DH done. Welcome on in. Good to have you. Good to have you, DH done. Well, let me know when you are ready for takeover, and I will make sure to get ready to sign off by proper ending time for you. Not something I'm checking out here, but something you can check out later. Alright, so this is mostly just upgrades. Okay. Setting up one or two things. Alright, no problem. DH done. No problem at all. And yes, by the way, there are bonuses, at least with my copy. I am not using them in this run because you couldn't get access to them until this point, so I won't be showing them off. But I believe they come with the game automatically, so if you do win the game, when they do the giveaways for the copies of this game, I very much recommend you check them out. The costumes are pretty fun. They have a couple additional costumes you can play with that are paid. But I've never really bought them because, again, I just unless DLC is valid for speedrunning, I almost never pick it up. So it's just something it's just something we don't really do. Okay. Go over here. Okay. Can I save? There's a save room nearby, I believe. Sit when you are? Alright. Well, we will... Let me see. Save. Make sure we're all saved up before we, start getting ready to wrap up my slot here in a few minutes. Let me see. Anything I want to talk about this game before we wrap up? Not really. You've kind of seen the gist of what the game is, what to expect of the game, kind of a lot of the features. There are some features, obviously, I didn't show you, but that's for you to explore. And I think anyone who does play this game will enjoy this one a lot. And again, thank you to our sponsors of Idea Factory for letting us showcase this and actually supplying us. Supplying us some giveaway codes for you guys to actually win this game, which will be given away at a later time date towards the end of the event. As far as I know right now, unless that's been changed, or unless a ruling has been put into play, I haven't been told about yet. So, I admit unless there's DLC, I know you don't get on for the occasional cosmetic or soundtracks. Yeah, see, I'm the same way, Draco. There is DLC required for, like, speedrunning that we have to have. A good example is, there is a DLC requirement for us in, vanilla speedrunning for the Neptunia series, where we have to have the, bonus boost-ups. You have to pick up the bonus boosters for like 5 characters, and you have to pay for those. So I think you have to pay something in the realm of like $20 or something like that, plus another 5 to 6 for additional DLC for just headgear. Because surprise, surprise, there's headgear for that run you have to have. To be able to get the right amount of ability points to be able to use your special ability in that game earlier than you're supposed to. So for runners, we actually have to spend money on DLC that we don't normally you wouldn't buy. But in some cases I don't mind DLC. I think DLC is a very worthwhile thing. And I definitely recommend if you like the DLC, check it out. You know, see if you like it. If you do, buy it. You know, DLC is there to support developers, and it's just genuinely a great way to show your support for a game or a series that you think needs more attention. Because it's going to give those devs a reason to be like, oh, okay, this game is doing well. People really like the game, you know? What can we do to... Sale, buys bundle. That's also a great way to do that, though, Draco. Buying as a bundle. I know a lot of people would say... It's not worth it to buy as a bundle because you're giving the developers less money. But if in some instances, it's honestly worth it. There are some games that I wouldn't buy an entire DLC pack. But if they offer like a bundle pack on a sale, and I can pick it up for, say, let's just say 40 to 40% off, I'm more willing to buy that DLC pack, because now I'm getting a bunch of DLC that I might want with it, instead of just one DLC I don't particularly want, or I don't see a use of. So yeah, no, I fully understand that. That's fully fair. Absolutely. Alright, since we got 2 minutes left, let me move over to the stay tuned screen and we will, we'll wrap up. Alrighty, dighty. Thank you guys for coming to watch Neptunia Virtual Stars. I hope you guys enjoyed the preview of the game. I hope that some of you guys who are here have a chance to win that game when we do the giveaway for this. They are giving away a couple limited edition copies of this title. Collector's edition, limited edition collector's edition sets that are physical, I believe. So yeah, you'll have some pretty fun stuff to go with it. Other than just the physical, other than just the game. Otherwise, guys, I have been DarkLunarDude, a VTuber incoming, a member of the TDM community, and one of the admins for the event. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed the rest of the streams to come. I will see you guys next week, actually, with the next stream. I won't spoil the first game for next week because, again, that's a surprise. But when you see it, I think you'll enjoy it. Thank you so much, guys, for standing by, hanging with us. And we will see you guys right after this with a DH done coming in right after me. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye.